Welcome one and all to Expo Jamaica Virtual B2B Meetings 2021, celebrated this year under the theme, A Vision of the Future. Please welcome to your screen, Jean Green.
Hello, welcome everyone. So my name is Jean Green and I'm currently an Amazon and eBay seller. I currently live in the United States. So unfortunately I could not be there for you guys live, but I'm so excited to be presenting to the JMEA organization. So I have a short presentation here just to kind of teach you everything that you need to get started selling on Amazon. So let's get started with the presentation here. Let me share my screen. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen now. And so let's see here. So we're going to get started with the Jamaica Amazon 878 presentation. So let's see here. Okay, great. So just to get started, we're going to just let you know a little bit about me. So again, you know my name, Jean Green, and I am originally from New York City, and I'm currently living in Pennsylvania. I have only been living in the state of Pennsylvania for about a year. I'm really excited to let everybody know that I have been selling on Amazon for about 4 years now, and I was able to purchase my first home. So I was able to purchase my home strictly based on the income that I earned from Amazon and eBay. So it's been a really exciting year for me. Of course, I'm a full-time reseller now, so I'm completely dedicated to selling on Amazon and eBay full-time. And then I'm also a consultant with the team at On Point Consultants, and also we run some additional training at balanceyourfba.com. So I kind of help out with that. I consider myself a solopreneur. So basically what that means is that it's just me, right? So I'm just a single person. I don't have any children. I don't have a husband. So I currently run my business on my own. I do have a team, and so my team is virtual. So I actually have a team that operates out of the Philippines, and so they help me virtually. And I utilize companies known as prep centers, which are third-party companies that can receive your inventory, and then they can store it for you, and they can ship it to Amazon in bulk, or they can ship it to the customers when an order is placed. So that's kind of who I use for outsourcing. My virtual employees, which do all my work, like my customer service and things like that, all from the computer, who help me find products, anything I need. And then of course the prep centers, so that I don't have to ship all the products myself. Those are companies that will receive the inventory and then send it where it needs to go. So that's really exciting stuff. The reason why I'm here presenting to you guys is because my nickname is Resource Queen, right? So I've always been known as a resource queen. I'm a data junkie. I love information. And what that means is I'm a walking encyclopedia. So I am a walking encyclopedia for a lot of things, especially Amazon and eBay, right? So I do this full time. So anything you need to know about Amazon and eBay, chances are, if I don't know the answer, I know where to find that resource. So one of the things that we want to go over is, why do you want to sell on Amazon, right? So we're going to go over those specifics. But the good thing is that now Amazon is allowing Jamaican, let's say, citizens, right? So you folks in Jamaica are able to register on Amazon directly without creating a US business. So you are able to use your Jamaican personal credentials to register as an individual seller, or you're able to use your Jamaican business credentials to set up as a business, and you no longer have to set up a business in the United States. So that's awesome, because that can be a little complicated for those of you who don't have any family or friends in the United States to get that all set up, but you don't have to worry about that anymore. You can do it right from Jamaica. So we're going to go over that a little bit more detail later. But currently, why do you want to sell on Amazon, right? So as we know, Amazon is huge, but maybe some of you don't realize how huge Amazon is, right? So 20% of all product sales in the United States are online, 20%. That's a huge chunk. Amazon is the top of all online retailers in the United States, right? And even more interesting, 65% of the entire US population will visit Amazon.com at least once a month, okay? Amazon product listings are the top ranked search in Google, 150 million US Prime subscribers, and 300 million overall active shoppers on the platform. In 2020 alone, 80 billion in sales were generated by third-party sellers, okay? So what that means is 80 billion in sales on Amazon last year were not by Amazon themselves, but rather third-party sellers. So who are the third-party sellers? Third-party sellers are folks like me, folks like you. We are the sellers that sell from our home. We are the sellers that sell from our warehouses, right? We are the manufacturers that sell our products direct to consumer. That is the power of Amazon. It is going to give you a vast array of ways to be able to get your product to the customer. Now, if you want to know just a little bit about the demographics, because I think this is cool stuff, right? So prime customers, their age demographics are very interesting. 81% of subscribers are between the ages of 18 to 35, right? So when we think about Amazon, we think about a younger hip customer. But interestingly enough, 68% are between the ages of 35 to 54, and 60% are over 55 years or above. So there are customers, right? There are customers across all age ranges. Amazon has two options, right? When you decide to sell on Amazon, we have what's known as the individual plan and we have what's known as a professional plan, right? So the individual plan, that's geared towards an individual seller, right? So that's someone who's not going to be selling a lot of products, or is somebody who's just setting up their account for the first time. You're low on funds. You just want to set up the account for now. You don't want to be charged, right? So with that plan, they charge you 99 cents per item that's sold, but you don't have to pay a monthly fee, right? So it's a great starter plan. It's for those who don't sell more than 40. There's no limits on how many items you could sell, but it wouldn't make sense if you sell more than 40 items a month to stay on an individual, because the professional selling plan is only $40 a month, right? So if you're selling more than 40 items, or you plan to sell more than 40 a month, just go straight for the professional selling plan. There are some restrictions. Certain categories, like maybe grocery or topical, maybe you might not be able to apply to get approved to sell that category if you're on an individual plan. Now, professional selling plan, it's ideal if you're selling more than 40 products a month. You can apply to sell in restricted categories, and then you can also have access to additional reporting. You can even know details such as how many times a customer views your listing, how many times they click the listing. You also can use third-party software, and third-party software is great. There's tools for keywords, there's tools for creating a listing, there's tools for sourcing your products, there's tools for calculating your profit. So typically, in order to use a lot of those tools, you actually do need the professional selling plan. That gives you access to certain databases, like an API key that can connect to those programs. If you don't have the professional selling plan, that option is not available. So simply what's needed to set up your Amazon account. It's easy, but you don't know how many students in our programs have a hard time with this, right? So we want to make sure before you get started to register to sell on Amazon. Amazon is very picky with your documents, all right? So let's just go over what you're going to need. You're going to need either a passport or your driver's license. If you don't have a driver's license, your national ID would work, right? You're going to need your banking details for direct deposit. You're going to need a bank or credit card statement. You're going to need an email. You're going to need your mobile number. You're going to need your Visa, debit, or credit card. That's very important. A Visa debit or a credit card needs to be on file, so that way Amazon can charge any of the fees, right? So that $40 a month needs to be charged to the credit card, or let's say you don't cover enough sales, but you have extra fees, then Amazon will charge it to your credit card, right? If you're registering as an individual, all you really need is just the above. You're going to need a bill, right? So you're going to need, well, a utility bill, right? So that utility bill that Amazon asks, you can either provide the bank statement or utility bill. The utility bill can be either your water company, it could be the cable company, like a fixed internet service. So it could be water, it could be electricity, or it could be your cell phone, right? So it could be your cell phone provider. It can't be a prepaid one. It has to be an actual ongoing line because they want a statement, okay? So in terms of your statements, everything needs to match, right? So whatever name is registered on your passport or your national ID, if it has an initial, if it has your full middle name, your bank statements must have that, okay? If you're submitting a credit card or a bank statement, it must match the address that you're using to register on Amazon, right? So Amazon will ask you, what's your business address? The business address does not have to be an actual business. It could be your home address if your documents are matching. So your credit card statement, your utility bill has to match that address. So if anything does not match, Amazon will deny you. Amazon will not approve your request to become a seller. Your documents have to match. If you have a company, make sure you know what your company name is. Make sure if you have a company, your bank or credit card statement has the company name on it, okay? If you have a utility bill, it may be on a personal name, not your business name, that's fine. What you can submit to Amazon will be a credit card or a bank statement, but it must match your business name exactly, okay? So there's a space if there's an abbreviation, right? Like if the abbreviation is LTD, period. If that's the abbreviation, that's how it needs to be on your credit card statement. Get that updated first before you submit the bill. If it says LLC at the end, get that submitted first. Whatever abbreviations there are for companies, that needs to be on there. All your documents need to match exactly. And I am saying the documents need to match exactly, and some of our students still don't have it. Yes, if you have an initial on any of those documents, if anything is cut off, Amazon will deny you, okay? Anybody who wants to apply to sell on Amazon, the website is simply sell.amazon.com. That's where you get started with the registration process. But overall, this is kind of what you're going to need. Make sure that all of your names match. And also, if you have to wait a month to get an updated bill, then wait a month. But yeah, don't rush this particular process because this is the most important process. It's very simple, the process, but this is what will hold you up. If you don't provide those documents in order the first time, Amazon will not respond to you, will not respond to your request for additional information, and you may be waiting a long time before you get approved. So that's my best tips. Really hone in on your documents, make sure that your documents are matching, set up your names correctly. In terms of your banking details for direct deposits, it's best to use a US account. And what we work with Payoneer. So Payoneer is a company. That company will allow you to get a US bank account. So if you just go to getausbankaccount.com, you can register with Payoneer, and Payoneer will be able to assist you. Now, we're going to go over just options for product shipment. So everybody wants to know, how do you get your products into Amazon? You have two ways, right? When you list your product for sale, you can list it as FBM, which is what's known as fulfilled by merchant, or you can list it as Amazon. You can list it as fulfilled by Amazon, which is FBA. So that's what we call FBM or FBA for shorthand. And just to explain to you the difference, right? So fulfilled by merchant, FBM is simple. You'll list the product sells. Now you, the seller, are responsible for shipping the product to the customer. So yes, you can ship your product from Jamaica to the customer. Your shipping options that you would have available for that, you can use the local post office, or you can use an express service like DHL. Yes, it would be more expensive to ship via DHL, but you know the customer is going to get that product faster. You have fulfilled by Amazon, FBA. So you're going to list the product. The difference here is your product will not be available for sale until it reaches an Amazon warehouse. So you're going to have to ship your products in bulk to Amazon. Amazon will store the product. When the product sells, Amazon will ship the product to the customer. So the difference between FBM is you're responsible for shipping. FBA, Amazon is responsible for shipping to the customer. So your fee structures. So just to show you the difference between FBM. So when you're self-shipping, the fees that would apply is an Amazon commission fee. We call it a referral fee, and that's 15% of the sale. So 15% of the total sale. Cost to ship the product to the customer, that's your additional cost. So there's two costs involved. FBA, it's a little more complex. FBA is a little bit more expensive. You pay the 15% referral fee, but you're also going to pay a FBA pick and pack fee. That's the fee that Amazon charges to actually have an employee grab the product, put the product in a shipping box and ship it to the customer. Amazon also has monthly storage fees, and they're usually higher during October to December because this is Q4. So right now is the best time to get started on Amazon because it's the best selling season, time of the year, right? So sales for October skyrocket. Sales for November are even greater, and sales for December are even greater. So right now, there's no better time than today to get started on Amazon. Thanksgiving is coming. Christmas is coming. additional holidays in between there, especially this year because of COVID and all of the shipping delays from China. A lot of products are scarce. So if you can find a way to get some Jamaican products into Amazon warehouses, they are going to sell. Customers are going to be in desperate need of certain products, and if they're not available for US brands, they're gonna research what other similar products they can buy. And I'm telling you, Jamaican products will also sell as well. Also, there's other products that you guys have in the country as well that are not just local, right? So you're getting products from other parts of the country as well. So you definitely want to target some of those customers. So anything that you can find a good deal on, anything that can be profitable, send that into Amazon, because now is the time. You're gonna make some sales. Okay, this is the time. Everything sells during Q4. People are in a frenzy for things. Folks are panicking. They're not gonna have enough Christmas gifts this year. We're panicking. We're not gonna have enough food because the stores cannot keep things in stock. Because of COVID, there's labor shortages. There's also shipping shortages. So everything is delayed. I have been to my local supermarket. There hasn't been any bread. I have been to my local supermarket. There has not been any eggs. Okay. I've heard of other products, being hard to find, right? Like certain shampoos, impossible to find. Certain lotions, impossible to find. There was a shortage on diapers. We had a shortage on chlorine for the pools. There are shortages on everything possible. So now is the time. If you have a product that's popular in the US, get it in. It's going to sell. Also, I have shared a link there just for the Amazon referral fees. So I will provide the link to the JMEA for this presentation so that they can share it with everyone. So just make sure with the resources that I'm going to provide, you will receive the link to this presentation so that you have access to them. Okay, now some of the product considerations you need to consider, right? So if you're manufacturing your own product, you need to consider, does your product packaging have a UPC? Is your product registered with the Bureau of Standards? Yes, your product has to be registered with the local Jamaican Bureau of Standards if you manufacture your own product. Can the product be exported to the United States? And what is the cost to ship your product to the United States, right? So the cost of shipping will determine whether your product is profitable or not. So initially, we would encourage most of you to get started with smaller items. Those are items that are going to be more cost effective to ship. And of course, if you manufacture large items, it can work, but that can be a little bit more complex, right? So that is the end of the presentation, right? So what I wanted to do is just go over a couple of things. There's a lot of ways to source products on Amazon. You can source products, if you're the manufacturer, you're working with different companies that make the products for you, or you make the products in-house. So that's something kind of we consider private label. So private label are just, small companies that own their brand. They manufacture the products, or they work with warehouse providers that do so. But there's other ways to source, right? So there's something called online arbitrage. There's retail arbitrage. There's also liquidation, and there's wholesale. So those are your different ways to find products, right? So if you're going to do online arbitrage, it means that there's ways for you to buy products on US stores, and then you can ship those products to the companies that I mentioned earlier, to a prep center or a third-party company. Those companies can receive your items that you purchase, let's say from Walmart or Target. They can make sure the items are in good condition, package them for Amazon Ready standards, ship them to the Amazon warehouse. When the item sells, then Amazon will ship it to the customer. Or these companies can store your products and then ship it to the customer. So if you are a manufacturer, yes, you can do that. You can send the products to a US-based company, and that company will store the items for you and ship it to the customer when it sells, or send them to FBA if that's what you would like them to do. If you have any family or friends in the US, they can also do that for you as well. You can also source products in retail stores. So you can go to your local stores, right? And you can find the products that you can sell. Amazon has, once you register as a seller, it has an app where you can scan for products. So once you're able to scan for products, you can see if they're profitable or not. So you can buy products at your local stores and resell them on Amazon. You can also source products from wholesalers. So wholesalers will just be like larger companies, right? So some customers may reach out to you if you are a manufacturer and say, hey, can I sell your products on Amazon? So that's really good because, as selling on Amazon becomes more popular in the country, a lot of manufacturers are going to get a lot of calls. They're going to get a lot of wholesalers who want to sell their products, right? So those are the companies that would reach out to you, right? So it'll be sellers who want to sell the product. They'll reach out directly to the manufacturer. If you are not a manufacturer, then you can reach out to them, right? So if you're not a manufacturer, but you are connected with the JMEA, you can go on the list of manufacturers and you can work something out where, perhaps they can hire you to run and manage their Amazon selling division, right? So there's just a lot of opportunities there. If for whatever reason you cannot register for an Amazon account yourself, there's options, right? Get a business partner, different things, right? So there's just a lot of options available. I also want to talk a little bit about liquidation, right? So liquidation, you can buy products in bulk. Usually when you buy liquidation products in bulk, those are returns or they're store pulls. Those are good ways to get products for low cost. But definitely with liquidation, you never know the condition you're going to receive the items. You definitely have to, be on top of that. But also eBay is big in the US as well. So eBay is another option to sell. Amazon is not the only game in town. Yes, it is very lucrative, but eBay can be as well. Some folks tend to do better on eBay. It just depends on the kind of products you have and how things work out, right? So just to go to the end, there are ways to access free training. So if you want free training, Amazon Seller University provides free training on their own. I provided you the link to their YouTube channel. Also, eBay Seller School has their own training as well. You can go to the link to access that. And then last but not least, this is kind of how you connect with us, right? So if you want to connect with the team here, we do a lot of different trainings, right? We never stop training. So if you want to do our 2-week Amazon and eBay selling bootcamp, you can click the link here. You can do that 2-week Amazon and selling bootcamp. Basically in 2 weeks, we teach you everything you need to know to get started on Amazon and eBay. We begin with helping everyone register and get approved for Amazon. Once you're registered and approved for Amazon, we work on doing the same for eBay. And then we kind of teach you the little tips and tricks on how to set up your first shipment, how to source your first product, that kind of thing. We offer ongoing selling support. So if you want to go to onpointconsultants.com, you can see that group that we offer. That's an ongoing group where basically all of our groups include a WhatsApp group. So the WhatsApp group is kind of interactive, right? You can ask your questions live on the WhatsApp group. The coaches and the consultants will be able to assist you with answering the questions. Other students in the program will help you as well. So we really believe in networking and just making sure that everybody gets the resources that they need. We also have Jamaica specific 2-hour Q&A webinar. It's held monthly. You can purchase that with the link there. And basically what we do on that webinar is we troubleshoot live, right? So if someone says, hey, I'm trying to connect my Payoneer to eBay and it's not working, we say, hey, can you share your screen with us? We're going to walk you through the process. It is group coaching. We offer one-on-one coaching as well, but definitely our group coaching is the way that we can get coaching most affordable for everyone. But we've had a great time. It's been troubleshooting everything live, and we've been able to resolve a lot of issues. So definitely do recommend that for those of you who need additional support. The 2-hour Q&A webinar is great. Connect with us on Facebook. So we also run a Facebook group for all of our other programs. So the link is there. That's our old group name that was started years ago. So we go by Sourceaholics, right? So we have that. We manage that group, which turned into our balance programs, which are the programs that we have in the US. Those are our stateside programs. And then now we also have the global training. So we have the global training with On Point Consultants. So that's really good stuff. And then our email is info@onpointconsultants.com. So if you have any questions, if you need any additional links, if you want me to clarify anything that was said in this presentation, you could always email info@onpointconsultants.com and we will be able to assist you. So that's really the end of our presentation. So I really hope that this is helpful. And I kind of just wanted to just remind everyone of the things that you're able to do, right? So you have varied ways of sourcing product, and selling on Amazon, while it is lucrative, it is hard, right? It does require hard work. I know Jamaicans, you guys are not strangers for hard work. I'm from Dominican Republic, So I'm also an island girl. So I understand, how we hustle, and we hustle hard. So there's no obstacle that you cannot overcome. You just have to make sure that you have the patience. And really, here at On Point Consultants and with the balance programs, we provide all the resources that you need to be successful selling on Amazon. But ultimately, it's up to you, right? It's up to you to take action. If you do not take action, you won't see the sales. We also have one of our students who was in our first workshop, and that student was able to get over 90 sales in 1 month. So during their first month selling on Amazon, they were able to get 90 sales. And I have to check in, see how that person is doing now. But it's awesome to hear that one of our Jamaican students was able to get 90 sales in 1 month. And also, there was a delay with getting the paperwork approved. She had to wait for a bill for a month, and she had the patience, and the patients in the end paid off. So definitely selling on Amazon is a great opportunity. If you're a manufacturer, it does require some time. So maybe if there's anyone on the team that you can focus and assign to be your Amazon specific liaison, that's probably what would work best. If you want one-on-one coaching from our team, you can email us at the info@onpointconsultants.com, and we can provide that one-on-one coaching where we can walk you through the process, and basically it will be an express setup. While you still have to wait for Amazon approval, we can make sure we walk you through everything to make sure that the documents submitted are appropriately. The last thing that I wanted to remind everyone is when you submit your documents, make sure things are clear, right? So Amazon always wants to see the 4 corners of the papers. They want to see the 4 corners of your passport, 4 corners of your ID. They want to make sure there's no Photoshop. So if you have to scan it on a computer, if you have to go to your local office center, scan it there. On your phone, there's scanner apps. So just scan it and just make sure. When you're providing these documents, they want to look legit, right? So if you're providing a billing statement from your credit card, it has to have your name, it has to have your address, it has to have a statement date. Amazon wants the bills to be dated within the last 90 days. So it has to have a statement date on there that's current. And also it has to have the logo. So the logo for the bank, the logo for the credit card company. That's how they're able to verify that it's an actual statement. But that's pretty much all the tips that I have. As we know, 80 billion in sales in 2020 alone, just from third-party sellers. So the possibilities are endless, especially if you are a manufacturer. You can exponentially increase your sales by selling on Amazon yourself, but also allowing other sellers to sell the products on Amazon, right? As you know, logistically, there's no way that you can get all the products to Amazon without them ever running out. So if you want a constant stream of your products to constantly sell, open up the doors to have other sellers sell your products. And I'm telling you, that's a great source of revenue. And don't be afraid either. If you're not a manufacturer, as I said, there's varied ways to source products. You can source them online from anywhere in the world, right? You can source them in retail stores. You can source them wholesale, right? So you can purchase them wholesale from a lot of distributors and manufacturers around the world. Pretty much there's no limit. It's just based on, who you're able to get in contact with and what kind of deals you can find. You can source them from liquidation companies. So the possibilities are endless. You do not have to be a manufacturer in order to get started selling on Amazon. I really hope that this presentation was helpful, and definitely email us. I'm looking forward to connecting with everyone in the future. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. You can definitely connect with me there. So thank you for having me. I'm really proud to have done this presentation, and I really hope that it was helpful for you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.